Hello and welcome. Right then, let us have a proper natter about this, shall we? Seems like the old grey matter is not getting the work out it used to, what with all the blinking screens and whatnot. Blimey, let us look at how things have changed. As it seems like folks these days believe just about anything they see on that little rectangle in their hands. Do you remember when you actually had to think about things? When you had to work something out? Nowadays it is all just zap. Instant opinion, no brain cells required. Makes you wonder if we're not all turning into a right load of mush, does it not? Right, so you have clicked on this probably wondering what this grumpy old sod is going on about. Well, I'm talking about this so-called critical thinking, or rather, the distinct lack of it I seem to be observing these days. It is as if everyone has outsourced his or her brain power to the internet. And the internet, bless its digital heart, is not always the sharpest tool in the box, is it? Take this constant bombardment of information, for instance. Back in my day, news came through a few trusted sources. You bought a newspaper or you listened to the wireless. Now, it is like being stuck in the middle of Piccadilly Circus at rush hour, but instead of people, it's opinions, cat videos, and those blinking adverts trying to sell you the latest widget you absolutely do not need. It is what they call cognitive overload, apparently. Fancy name for a simple problem. Too much stuff rattling around in your head all at once. Moreover, when your brain is at full, it takes the easy route. It grabs the first shiny thing that agrees with what it already thinks and runs with it. No time for a proper rummage. No time to question whether that shiny thing is actually fool's gold. Then you have these algorithms. Sneaky little blighters, are they not? They learn what you like, what you click on, and then they feed you more of the same. It is like being stuck in a pub where they only serve your favourite drink, and after a while you forget there are any other beverages in the world. You end up in this echo chamber where everyone is nodding along to the same tune, and anyone singing a different song is immediately labelled a bit odd. It reinforces your biases, see? Makes you think you're right all the time because everyone around you agrees. Dangerous stuff, that. Now, do not even get me started on the education system. Bless the teachers, they have a tough job, but sometimes it feels like it is all about churning out exam-passing robots rather than actual thinkers. Remember all that memorization learning, just memorizing dates and facts without really understanding why they mattered. It is still going on, I hear. Where is the room for good old-fashioned debate? A bit of healthy questioning, a bit, why miss? That is not met with a sigh and a because the syllabus says so. In my day, if you did not challenge anything in the classroom, you were called something like pig, thick. Hang on a minute. Am I starting to sound like one of those grumpy old gits who just complains about everything? Well, maybe I am. Nevertheless, there is a point to my grumbling, you see. It is not just about being able to win an argument down the pub or in a bar, though that is a fine art in itself. It is about being able to navigate the world, to make informed decisions, to spot when someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Moreover, that brings me to something rather interesting, the law of belief. Now, this might sound a bit woo-woo for an old cynic like me, but hear me out. This law of belief suggests that whatever you truly believe, deep down, with a proper dollop of feeling, actually becomes your reality. Think about it. If you wholeheartedly believe that everything you read online is gospel, then that becomes your truth, does it not? You will seek out evidence to support it, dismiss anything that contradicts it, and before you know it, you are living in a world built on potentially shaky foundations. It is like those folks who are absolutely convinced that aliens built the pyramids. No amount of archaeological evidence will sway them because their belief is so strong, so emotionally charged. Their belief for them is their reality. On top of that, this is where the lack of critical thinking becomes really worrying. If you have not developed the skills to question your own beliefs, to examine them with a cold, hard stare, then you are vulnerable. You can be then easily led. You will swallow any old nonsense that tickles your fancy or confirms what you already think, and before you know it, you are knee deep in a load of, well, you know. We are all also battling against our own brains, the sneaky devils. These negative biases you talk about, confirmation bias, where you only see what you want to see, the Dunning-Kruger effect, where the less you know, the more you think you know. It's a right old mess in there sometimes. What's more, without critical thinking, you're just letting those biases run riot unchallenged. Mind you, it's not all doom and gloom, is it? I see young people asking good questions, challenging the status quo. There's a lot of spark of curiosity out there. However, it does need nurturing. It needs to be encouraged. We need to teach people how to think, not just what to think. So, what is the answer then? Well, it is not easy, is it? Nevertheless, it starts with being aware that your first thought is not always the right thought, being willing to question things, even the things you hold dear, seeking out different perspectives, even if they make you a bit uncomfortable, doing your own digging, not just swallowing what you are spoon-fed. On top of that, maybe, just maybe, putting down that blinking phone for a bit and having a proper conversation with someone who thinks differently to you. You might then be surprised what you learn. Right, that is my 2 barts worth. Now, what do you reckon? Am I just an old codger talking nonsense, or is there something to all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do not be shy, even if you think I am completely wrong. In fact, especially if you think I am wrong. This is what the whole thinking business is about, is it not? A good old-fashioned debate. Just try to be more eloquent than you silly old fool, alright? My delicate sensibilities can only take so much. Goodbye.